Welcome to True North AmeriCorps' How to Track Supervisor In-Kind video. In this video, you're going to learn how to track your supervisor hours, in-kind hours, before inputting them into OnCorps. So you are going to be shared this in-kind hours documentation form from True North AmeriCorps. You can see here it's a Google Doc. There's a few ways that you're going to be able to utilize this template for your best practices. Essentially, you're going to be able to either download it. I would download it as a Word document because then you'll be able to edit it easily. This is especially helpful if you don't use Google and you just want to have it on your desktop, or say you use Microsoft SharePoint. You're going to enable editing, pull it up here, and then you'll be able to edit and save to your best preferences. We are asking that you fill this out completely and that you save these for up to 7 years. So that's how you would do it if you wanted it as a Word doc to save for yourself. If you are a Google user, you can also add it to your drive by making a copy. You can then rename this. Let's call this, put my name there, my in-kind documentation, and then here's where I'm going to be able to choose where to put it in my Google Drive. I'm just going to add it straight to my drive, select, make a copy. It's going to open up in a new tab here. I'm going to close that template. And here's how I'm going to be able to edit the form. I could even, make copies of this, so I could have multiple copies in my Google Drive, or I could copy and paste this and just have one long running document. I could add column or rows to the table, etc. Again, you can use this document to be the best practice for yourself. But essentially, I'm going to show you how to fill this in now, whether it's a Word doc or in Google. You're going to put your name here. You're going to add your site, where you're working, Highlands, and the True North member's name. If you have more than one member, you could list multiple. Then it's pretty simple. This really reflects kind of what OnCorps is going to look like. So you're going to put the date here. And say I spent 1 hour with my AmeriCorps member and I'm full-time. I worked an 8-hour day, so my 7 hours of non-AmeriCorps time goes there. And in that 1 hour with my member, we reviewed their caseload and their schedule. I'm going to put that brief purpose as my description of what I did with the member. Again, your in-kind is time that you're supporting the member directly. So that's giving them guidance, talking about their schedule, talking about logistics of site. It's when you're supporting and answering their questions. This is not time that you are supporting the youth at your site or directly serving the kiddos. It is just time that you two, the member, and you, the site supervisor, are connecting. Now, we need to see every business day because of federal regulations and guidance. Your time that we plug into OnCorps does need to be verifiable. And so they want to see the time that you're not spending with AmeriCorps members. So if you're working an 8-hour day, then you would just plug in 8. You wouldn't put anything here. You also don't need to put a brief purpose here because you weren't supporting the member. They just want to see the time percentage between when you're using AmeriCorps time and non-AmeriCorps time. So essentially, you'll just add this to some daily duties. You'll do this every weekday that you're working. If you do work on a weekend, we'd want to see that as well. But essentially, you're just going to reflect your time. And then you would save this for 7 years, made available upon request. And again, you can save this as a Word doc. You can save it in your Google Drive. If you really are a pen and paper kind of tactile person, you're also able to print this as well and fill it out by hand. Keep it in a binder or folder as long as it's securely stored in your office or desk. So that is how you're going to be tracking in-kind.